Greetings, brothers and sisters. This is Yasha Ben Israel for the Yasha Ben Israel Israelite Thought Channel. Back at you one more again for another good special. Today I'm not going to be before you long. I do have some things to do, but there's some things that's been going on in our community. And when we talk about we're talking about the black community because we do have a black community, right? Because we do understand that we are not them. We are not them. Yes, we are not them. We are black people, and we as black people have a black community. And this black community has been, it's been up for destroyal. I mean, it's been up for destroyal as long as we've been the black people in this country. Look at what happened to us in Tulsa. Look what happened to us in Black Wall Street, Tulsa. Look what happened to us in the Black Bottom, Paradise Valley here in Detroit. Look what happened to us in Rosewood. I'm trying to tell y'all people, we have succeeded and won 12 times over, but was not intelligent enough to realize it, not intelligent enough to see it. Today, I'm talking about some things I told y'all a long time ago about this Garfield Reid character. These guys be wanting me to debate, these debates and shit, this stuff is just garbage, man. This stuff breeds contention, it breeds problems, because you got an arrogant person that'll sit up there and want to argue with intellect against arrogance. And man, we ain't trying to play them type of games, man. Just the other day, Garfield, go look on his channel. I'm gonna put it up. Garfield talking stupid, fueling the idea that it doesn't matter whether you're right or wrong in a debate. It's about who wins the argument. Man, that's stupidity, bruh. That's ignorance. It's about who's right. It ain't about nothing else. It's about who is right. And if you let the devil trick y'all into anything else, y'all got the game effed up. A debate is about who is right, who is correct, not about who trying to manipulate. You got a nigga like Garfield that'll sit up there and discourage a black leader. He want to destroy the mentality of the Israelites. He want to destroy the movement. Man, the Lord ain't having that mess. The Lord ain't having that. I guess that's why his channel being destroyed right now. Everything that Garfield has set before him is being destroyed right in front of his face because his maker is his breaker. We all saw Sinetta make that, man. Anybody who worked for Sinetta, they got these channels off of Sinetta, that done blowed up and just eating off of Sinetta, should be humble to Sinetta. I just hate to say that. That man made you. He didn't make me. He didn't make me, and I told him that, and that's why I'm over here on my channel doing my thing. Sinetta didn't make me. Sinetta made Garfield. I am the first person to expose the fact that Garfield is a fraud. I'm gonna see if I got. I'm gonna share my screen. I want to talk about the Young Dolph thing and the Big Juke thing too. Share screen. Okay, hit that Facebook. Pow, boom. My Facebook page over there moving. People be all on this. I gotta go through all this just to get in my page. That's because it's active over there. That Facebook page be slapping. Okay. I want y'all to see something. How to get over there. Y'all see, I feel like I'm not doing well out here. But every time I turn around, Facebook, YouTube, even though my pages ain't doing nothing, they constantly telling me I'm doing well. That's pretty good, encouraging. Okay, let me go right here. I think I can get something like that. What I get, bam. Okay, boom. That take me where I'm trying to go. I'm trying to see if I upload this one video on my page. Here we go. Let's check this out. Come on, y'all. Now let's all tell the truth. Y'all remember how the story go. Y'all saw the channel. Y'all saw the movie. Y'all saw the show. Who was Sinetta's real Tank Davis against Yasha Ben Israel?
By saying that you are not part of HOK. He's on there with the Apple saying that right now. And I said, are you serious? And I went on the channel. I went over there and I said, I'm not HOK. I'm not part of the HOK squad. You do not give me the nickname Tank Davis. I was not calling myself that. I was known as Chris MVP Harris. And I just happened to be up there and you were up there gaslighting me right there. Rolling. All right. Piece of Black Power family. Where you call from? Yo, what's up? What's your name? Where you calling from? Yeah. I didn't get a chance to hear them boys there, but I'm calling you right now, though. So what's the crack-a-lack like over here? Well,
come on, y'all. Now let's all tell the truth. Y'all remember how the story go. Y'all saw the channel. Y'all saw the movie. Y'all saw the show. Who was Sinetta's real Tank Davis against Yasha Ben Israel?
By saying that you are not part of HOK.
So what you just witnessed was Sinetta telling you all first. He introduced this Tank Davis bullshit. This whole idea of Tank Davis. This Tank Davis. Right? Was some shit that Sinetta concocted against Yasha Ben Israel. You know what I'm saying? It started out with Garfield. Garfield was the original Tank Davis. And Garfield fell weak. And Sinetta had to protect Garfield. He didn't even want me to even debate Garfield. He thought Garfield was gonna splatter me. I gave that Negro my PowerPoint 2 hours before the debate. And Sinetta looked over the PowerPoints and was like, man, you don't want to do this. And then they rigged the debate. They canceled the debate. It was actually, I canceled the debate because they were rigging it. They were doing bullshit. We're supposed to have 3 15-minute rounds. And I gave them all of my PowerPoints and I needed all my 15 minutes. Then at the time of the debate, they're going to reduce it to 10 minutes. Just playing games. You know what I'm saying? They want to play games, So Black Jesus, which was managing me at the time, told me, don't take that. Don't even do the debate. Walk away. So I walked away. And the next day, Sarnetta gave me an apology. We got all of this stuff on tape. This is why I tell y'all, when y'all go on these Negro, the Israelites, anybody else that go on these people channel, I don't care about y'all. I ain't coaching y'all. I'm not your designated leader. But as an Israelite, the Most High made me a designated leader. And I'm saying that you Israelites go on these people platforms, you record your work and you keep it. You keep whatever you do. Everything that you do when you go on these people channel, you keep that stuff. Because they'll gaslight you and try to act like ain't nothing ever happened. Chris Harris complained about being gaslit because he understands that him being called Tank Davis off the top was a gaslighting. Because he gave it to Garfield originally. Garfield was the original person. Now me and Garfield got into it because Garfield talking crazy. Garfield lied. I'm the first person on camera that he lied to that he had these damn degrees. Y'all don't understand the importance of Sarnetta coming up and doing what he did the other day. That was big. They could try to erase it. They could try to move the videos. We got the footage. That beef is solidified in history. They could turn around next week and start kissing each other's ass again. That beef is solidified in history. And it was a hard beef. It's a hard beef. And Sarnetta needed to be hard because the Dagger Squad has been with him the longest. And what happened what happened to Sarnetta is what and it failed with Sarnetta. But what happened with Sarnetta is the same thing that happened to Young Juke. It's the niggas that's around you, your boys, your dudes, trying to take you down. The Israelites love Sarnetta. I'm just going to tell you that. The Israelites love being on his show. I had to tell them, guys, fall back for a minute just so this stuff can happen. Y'all can bombard the show now. The Lord has spoken. The Lord has done his thing. What thing have the Lord done? Then you should have been listening to my channel. I'm not going to go over that. If you've been listening to my channels and trusted that the Most High uses me as his conduit, I mean, if you understood that and you believe that, then you would pay attention to every word that come out of my mouth because it's serious. I don't care whether Israelites go back over on Sarnetta's show now. Y'all go over there, tear that show up. Bless them. Tear it up with the knowledge. The Lord called y'all to stay off his show for a reason, so this here very thing could happen. I got like 4 videos on this channel from the beginning when the Lord told me that. But y'all don't believe in that kind of talk. Y'all don't want to believe that the Lord has a mouthpiece on this planet. I'm here to tell y'all that a real prophet of God, his words are not going to leave his mouth and return unto him void. That's why I don't like bitch ass niggas like JJ 7000. I hate to say it because he's supposed to be a man of God, but his whole purpose is to try to make the man of God into a fucking liar. Instead of fulfilling the fucking prophecies, he want to try to do this Christian ass infiltration shit. But I don't even want to talk about that scrub. He's supposed to not been on over there on Sarnetta's channel. He been on Sarnetta's channel. I mean, I got so many videos I made about this clown. About I ain't going on Sarnetta no more. And then 2 months later, you back over there sucking his dick and balls. I just hate to say it, but this Terry Whitfield, and I've been told that I'm a little rough around the corners, but man, I'm telling the truth. He like that young Dolph, that Dolph and Juke shit. All of this shit is being done by Negroes that's closely linked to each other. It's almost like they trying to mimic this Detroit shit that we had with some shit we called the Best Friends and Demetrius Holloway. They trying to mimic this shit. It was shit that we were doing in Detroit 40 years ago. Shooting up funerals, and shit and all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you because I know niggas that was involved in that shit, man, on both sides. And it's a hurting thing. You know, these rappers don't talk about this juke thing, man. You know, and I'm just gonna say this, man. I left the music industry. I left it. Let me back on up out of here, get up out of Facebook, go back to StreamYard, pow. I left this music shit back about 2010. I left it, man, because I'd have been a better gangster and drug dealer than I would have in the music world, because I could have executed my plans and bossed my way around these streets. In that music world, you got a boss, and that boss is Satan. You can fight Satan out here in these streets until your ass end up in a box or in jail, right? Once you get to getting up in that game where you making all these millions and millions and millions of dollars, you get to see how this world operates. You get to see how this world works. I don't know if you remember the Hot Boys. What Manny was it? Manny Fresh say, I made so much money. I know who killed Kennedy. When you get up that far, you start to see things differently. You know what I'm saying? You have an advantage. You know, but the arrogance and the elders, right? Who fell, the elders is too busy trying to lay down the foundation. I'm talking about guys like Gotti. They too busy trying to do that old school funk. You know what I'm saying? But these new cats ain't feeling that, man. You know, we dealing in a new world order. And for you to be an old school gangster, you know, in your 40s, 50s, right now, and you ain't paying attention to the world politics, the world trends, the world lingo, as it changed, man, you gonna be stuck and in trouble. You is. Young Jukton got himself in a whole bunch of goddamn trouble, man. Because if Dolph wouldn't have died, if Dolph wouldn't have been executed, I'm here to tell you, the Juke would still be here. You know, and Juke was taken out of here by people that were very, very close to him. We talk about people, man, that been knowing you for years, people that know your family, people that know your crew. You know, y'all don't understand how hood politics work in the hood. The most dangerous thing, that's why Detroit one of the most dangerous cities, because as big as Detroit is, Detroit what we call one Negro away from each other. Big Sean is only one Negro away from you as a Detroiter. Eminem is only one Negro away from you as a Detroiter. You know, Marvin Gaye, when he lived here, was only one Negro away from you as a Detroiter. Jackie Wilson was only one Negro away from you as a Detroiter. Jackie Wilson was so hood, man. You could pull up and see Jackie Wilson hanging with the fellas, and they out there shooting dice, drinking and shit. You know, they doing some real down home Detroit hood shit. Young Juke, man, these boys, y'all can't be killing these people, man. Y'all gotta understand the Bible and God is real, man. His law, I'm talking about, if there was no such thing as, even if we were taught wrong and the idea that they gave us about God is wrong, you best to believe the principalities of God is very, very, very real. They're very real. The principalities of God are very, very real. You know, you know, you can't have no other God before the Most High Elohim. You just can't do it. You just can't be out here lying and stealing and doing deceitful shit to black people. Your music is filthy and fucked up. I mean, excuse my English, but English just ain't the holy language, you know, and the spirit just has to go as it goes. My page don't get a whole bunch of views, so I just got to let the Holy Spirit go. You know, it did really messed up. You know, I'm a lot of people is trying to blame. Yasha got that smoke in the air. I'm blazing on. I'm blazing on some cream soda laced with some live resin. You know what I'm saying? So hey, this is that good chiefing. But man, I'm trying to tell you, man, this rap stuff, man, is really crazy because I threw away the rap game, and like I said, there's a person to blame for this. I was finna talk about the person to blame. You know, there's a person to blame for this. You know, there's a person to blame for all of these deaths between the Migos, Young Juke. The person to blame for all of these deaths is Jay-Z. Now, there's always a first, right? And you heard it first on this channel. Jay-Z is responsible for all of this. Jay-Z is responsible for me never want to pick up a mic ever again in my life. Jay-Z became the leader of Def Jam. And he took my favorite heroes. He took their lives. He took their music. And he shelved these guys. Real hip-hoppers. Jay-Z is the Grim Reaper of hip-hop. Jay-Z is the Grim Reaper in hip-hop. And all of the deaths and murders that has occurred after he became leader of Def Jam, he is responsible for it. Because, you look at Andre, while he's doing flutes and shit, because he don't want to rap no more. You remember song, when the whole world loved it when you made it out. Like, that was happy music. But it sounded sad because it sounded sad because it was him making a transition. Like, this music shit used to be fun. We used to battle each other as rappers. And that shit was fun. Yes, LL said it, and when you heard me, you assumed that your ego shrunk or some shit like that. LL was, and when you heard me, nigga, your ego shrunk right off the top. Yes, it hurted you to get beaten in battle, but you didn't get killed. And guess what? It was a chance for you to go back home and to make a better rap. And because you got destroyed by this guy, you the first person to get first dibs for round 2. You see, hip-hop was fun. You boys got a chance to sharpen up your skills with the rap. And it got bad, it got dirty, it got ugly with your Ice Cubes, no gasolines, and you hit them ups. Those introduced the ugliness in rap beefs. Where now the rap beefs is me really beefing with you. They're not no longer rap beefs today. They're real beefs on record, banging on wax. Almost more realer than that shit that happened in California. That's what happened today. They are really, really, really banging on wax. They banging on wax. They banging about wax. The dumbest part is, you guys have entered into a very legal world where you could have made and set black people off. And you chose to do niggerish shit. You know what I'm saying? That's the sad part. I mean, all the stealing and the drugging and thugging that you guys come up doing, the illegal shit. And you get a chance to make this thing right. And y'all still want to be devils, demons, and evil. Sometimes you got to swallow your pride, man. You can't walk around here like you are the unstoppable God. Like you, Yahweh. It's sad. You niggas not Yahweh. You're not even the sons of Yahweh. And if you is, you're not acting in the son of Yahweh capacity. They shouldn't have sacrificed young Dolph. They shouldn't have sacrificed him. This rap game, I have to blame Jay-Z. A lot of people they want to blame Yo Gotti. They want to say that Yo Gotti is to blame for this. But Jay-Z is the financier behind all of this, people. You follow the fucking money. This is what happened when you took Man, I don't know what just happened, but hey, it is what it is, and I'm just gonna keep doing what I do, and it makes me lose my followers. Streamyard have all these commercials where they talking about how when your guests freeze up and how you don't have all of these problems. And you do have them on StreamYard. StreamYard has very, 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 very bad problems. They got the show still going and everything. But they knocking me out the damn show. But anyway, Yasha Ben Israel, I blame Jay-Z for all of this. I don't want to spend a lot of time on Garfield. He's done. He's a fraud. I proved he was a fraud 3 years ago. I don't really have much conversation or entertainment for him. Anybody who supports him is a hater of black people. Anybody who support them support scamming and fraud and fucking over black people. And I'm going to let that rest right there with Garfield. But this young Dolph thing, there's many who wants to blame. You know, there's many who wants to really, really blame Yo Gotti, and with the big juke thing, people want to look to Yo Gotti now. He's the surviving leader. You know what I'm saying? He's the alpha of the pack, and everybody is now looking at Yo Gotti. Feds is about to come in. Could I blame Jay Z for that? And the feds need to do their goddamn job. Now Puffy going down. All these people going down to Hollywood. Jay Z need to go next. Jack Wild Wright wasn't lying when she said that Jigga is the worst one. Come on, man. I've lived holy decades of my life where I said I wanted to just serve God, and guess what? In doing that, I fell and sunk to the bottom of a capitalistic society. My talents didn't mean nothing unless I was using my talents for Satan. That's what Jay-Z solidified. Nigga, you gonna talk about dope. You not finna make no records talk about we Israelites, we this, we that, we this, we that. You not about to do that. You about to sit up here and talk about this dope in this game. Jay-Z shelved some of the greatest rappers that we've ever known. Twister, Twister, although from Chicago, the home of drill music, right? Twister was a real hip hopper and a legend. How come his name is not mentioned amongst the drill rappers? Why is he excluded from the name of Chicago rappers? Unlike Jay-Z was, who is that really good? When he bought me a jar of live wrestling the other day, this shit is expensive. This shit like a couple $100 for an ounce. I don't this that deal. But yeah, Jay-Z, man, this guy he destroyed hip hop. He destroyed hip hop. And he shelved all of the greatest rappers, the most creative rappers, the rappers that gave us dreams and hope and made life fun and happy. And made it to where when you actually got a record deal, you climbed up to the higher echelons of life, because you doing something real big, like becoming a movie star and a scientist and a entertainer and a sportsman, and an inventor, right? And journalists and book writers and recorders. We could have been anything that we wanted to be. When Jay-Z shelved anything good in hip hop. And I'm telling y'all that. And unless you can become, man, I'm telling y'all, I am a Detroit rapper. I'm going to get you my albums right now. I'm a Detroit independent rapper who did very well for myself. You know, it was proud to be a musician and a rapper. I'm ashamed of it now because the devil has spoken. The devil has made it clear that you gotta be shameful, nasty, wicked, low self-esteem, you know, all that to make it into that industry. Or you gotta have a badass master plan. You know, these gangsters think they got a badass master plan, but they got prisons for y'all. Even Jay-Z. Jay-Z is responsible for this because Jay-Z took natural, wholesome music that have took our people 20, 30 years through the struggle and turned this shit into the most demonic, satanic shit. All of this stuff happened up under Jay-Z. Man, how the fuck you gonna sit up there and shelve a fucking Red Man and Method Man for a motherfucking Jeezy, bro? How you gonna shelve LL Cool J, man, in the history of hip hop for motherfucking Jeezy and these new niggas talking about Jeezy and but somehow you made it because your boss is the dope man. I was a part of the Detroit hip hop history. I know, I'm gonna tell you, I went to a hip hop summit. They had Kevin Lyles and all of them niggas up in there, Ludacris, all of us was up in there. You know, I swear to God that when Ludacris wrote that, where you get that platinum chain with them diamonds in it? I swear he wrote that about me because boy, I went down to Miami and picked up a motherfucking ooh boy, some chrome. I was walking around with chrome on my neck. You hear what I'm saying? That shit wasn't even shining like platinum, it was shining like chrome. Cause like polished chrome, like some rims. it's it's some polished tailpipes. And I say all that to say, yeah, I done been around all these people, and I remember when we were there, they was talking about how when you jumping in the music game, you should do it like the East Side Cheddar Boys. You know, that's how came out of Kevin Lyle's mouth. And these guys said this, but I was East Side Cheddar Boy up in there. The closest thing to it. You know, I had records with these guys on it. I know them. I know they boss. I know how they get down. You know, I know what the real business is. Them boys are straight gangster. You hear me? And this is when Jay-Z, you know, first really got that powerful role, you know, in the game. When Jay-Z got his foot in, immediately, them BMF rappers, you know, you remember that all them cats bragged about how they had connections with BMF and they rap records and how BMF was supporting the BMF and Detroit cats. Now, come on, tell me. I know what's going on in my city, man. Jay-Z threw away real guys who've been practicing rhymes, just like when you was a little kid and you practice on your instrument or you practice on your athletic skills, just so a guy could come in here and say, "Look, man, you did all that goddamn work in your body for nothing, man. You got to work with the dark sides, man, or you'll never ever make it in life." And throw away all your goddamn dreams because you might not have wanted that. You know, don't push me because I'm close to the edge. You know, that's a powerful song. Man, we done fell all over the goddamn edge today. We done fell over the cliff. And that's why the music is the way it is. You know? I'm just going to keep rocking it out. But that's why the music the way it is, man, you know? And I'm going to tell you, Wipeout was fucking around with BMF and them, Blade. All them guys were fucking around with BMF. And that's what all them guys did. That's why BMF all in prison. And guess who capitalized off of it? Another New York Negro. Another New York Negro that have shown to the black community that really we want to keep talking about this, to keep perpetuating this drug street cheerleader for the fucking penitentiary mentality. I blame all these guys for that. You know, they feeding us that. Rap music did not start with that. And I'm a historian. Rap music started with some shit that was empowering and therapeutic to black people. I'm going to let that sink in for about 30 seconds. So you're not gonna eat on anything? You got nothing to eat on. Yeah, but I'm gonna get ready to go and shut it on down, y'all. But y'all go back and look at Jay-Z. Blame Jay-Z for Young Juke's death, man. Cause I'm here to tell y'all, man, that by Jay-Z support, Jay-Z threw away and destroyed hip hop and destroyed gangster rap. Because none of those gangster rap, out of all of the music that was recorded by gangster rappers, very few of those guys were really 100% invested in these streets. These drill rappers are very invested in these streets. You know, they're very invested in these streets. Very. You know, I mean, Jay-Z made it to where if you went to college for music, all that shit need to be thrown out the window, because there's a guy who broke in houses, stole cars, carjacked motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? A motherfucker that sold lots of drugs and killed a few motherfuckers. You know, that's the motherfucker that's going to get the record deal. Not the motherfucker who graduated from Juilliard. Not the motherfucker who studied music at Wayne County in Wayne State in Knoxville College. Not the at Knoxville College, I was taught by Donald Brown music, and Donald Brown was a professor at Knoxville College. He was the professor at Tennessee State, not Tennessee State, University of Tennessee. He was the professor of jazz at University of Tennessee, and he also was the professor of jazz at Berkeley. And they would turn me down in the music world for guys that's talking about killing and selling and shooting up your mamas. You know, Young Juke mama could have got killed the other day. And that's what Jay-Z is responsible for being the financier of. I mean, go check the record, go check the history. We can't, I mean, when the feds come with the RICO, this shit need to trace all the way back to Jay-Z. Or we're not living in a righteous ass country. You know, your money, you know, should not stop you from going to prison once it's been exposed that you are part of a fucking criminal organization. Basically, Jay-Z bought the fucking street mob, the street mafia to hip hop. Now the whole criminal organization need to be shut down, and Jay-Z is the boss of that motherfucking mafia, y'all. I'm just telling y'all, man. Jay-Z is the boss of the hip-hop mafia. Today, Jay-Z is responsible for all this mess. Jay-Z signed gang leaders and shit. Come on, man. Jeezy? BMF? Yo Gotti? Huh? Gucci Man? You heard me? All these guys were connected to crime bosses. I'm talking about the man very much next to the man. In these damn wicked streets. Jay-Z is responsible for that. Man, I enjoy listening to Redman. I enjoy listening to the Wu-Tang Clan. I enjoy listening to Nas. Jay-Z was a criminal and a drug dealer in these streets. He brags about it. He brags about it in his music. People are going to prison for bragging about drug usage and sales in their music. Murders. Yeah. You talk about you did all this and that in your music. People are getting indicted for that stuff, man, because we all know that art reflects life. And you just can't be rapping about this stuff in great detail like you doing, man. Jay-Z rapped on a boss dope dealer level, not on no penny peon level on these streets. That's why I like him, because I'm a street nigga. I'm used to being on these streets. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know the mentality of those big-minded niggas that were supplying them streets. You know, I was young and dumb, you know, a victim of their bullshit. You know, the guy that would have went to prison for protecting them guys. Dumb. Man, y'all niggas brag about y'all this, nigga. Protect yourself. Nigga. Protect me. How about that? You all this goddamn fucking big. I mean, man, but yeah, Jay-Z responsible for all of this, y'all. Jay-Z is responsible for Juke's death because Jay-Z financed gangsters. And he knew. He deliberately sought out and targeted the leaders of the biggest gangs around the fucking country because he wanted to produce real dope boy poster child music. I miss my Rakims, my KRS-Ones, my Chuck D's. Just like any other genre, those guys, they wanted to play rap like and gaslight rap like the older you get, the less skillful you get, right? The less relevant you get. That's what Jay-Z, all them old cats tried to make rap. They want to make rap a young boy thing. But rap is an art, it's a skill, it's a talent. And just like jazz, if you started out as a little kid playing jazz and you got in your teens and started playing with bands, and in your 20s you start doing recordings, in your 30s you start, to get a little proficiency in the industry, and in your 40s you done made it. Rap's supposed to be the same way, people. Boxing, anything that you do. What we have done was allowed them to hijack hip hop from us, and they use hip hop as a criminal enterprise. And the whole country need to be indicted. The whole music industry need to be indicted because we all know many rappers, many people in the industry have came out and told us about y'all relationship with the prison industries. And it's because of y'all relationship with the prison industries that Jay-Z is not going to prison. Puffy will go to prison before Jay-Z, and Puffy just as big. The reason Puffy ain't going to prison is because Puffy didn't execute in these streets and the destruction of black people like Jay-Z did. Puffy just did his own selfish, gay, lewd, and lascivious shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, gay shit. You know, extorting people like that, which is ugly. But when you talk about drugs and dope and murder, and it's all backed by the dollar, how many I don't know how many black people we've lost to homosexuality. I hate to say that. I mean, them people have disconnected themselves from God the Father, but at the same time, they're not dead, right? And they haven't been responsible for killing people, right? They have been responsible very much for manipulation. You know, but you'll live through that manipulation, and if you was a good sport about it, you might can come out on top, just like all of the successful people in America. As bad as gay and homosexuality is, but gangster shit is locking people up, taking 10, 20, 30 years off their life and even killing them, just taking their life straight from them. That's the worst shit. That street shit, that gangster shit, that thug shit is the worst shit that has ever been propagated amongst black people. We learned tribal shit and warrior shit. Yes, we fought and killed, but we did for a purpose and for a cause. Not for no fucking dope and a whole bunch of bills that got every face on it but yours or your kind. They were supposed to put Harriet Tubman on, I think, on that $100 bill, if I ain't mistaken. And they haven't done it yet. Or was it the 50? They haven't done it yet. Probably gonna happen, but they ain't done it yet. It's gonna happen. It might not happen if they can decrease these African Americans, if they can decrease their mortality. If they decrease our mortality to a number so low to where it may not even be necessary to talk about Harriet Tubman anymore. They just abolishing her all out of history. You know, although Rosa Parks made it to the rotunda, just abolish her on out of history. That's what we're facing, people. We're facing our cause, everything that we stood for. I am witnessing today to where there's people like Garfield, Yo Gotti, Jay-Z, even Sonetta. You know, Sonetta tries to back up out of it because Sonetta realized that he got to do what he got to do because them people ain't got Sonetta like that. Y'all think they do, but he don't. Sonetta is his own man. And Sonetta is walking around like a bitch in a miniskirt for the Illuminati. Look, I'll fuck with you. Look what we got going on over here. I will fuck with you. Yeah, Sonetta is that type of nigga. He's snaky like that. But they haven't latched on to Sonetta. Sonetta too sloppy and too goofy. You know what I'm saying? Not that the goofiness is too much. Sarnetta needs to get more, and he is, and he's doing it. He needs to get more in tune with black thought. He needs to really, really know. And the best way to know it is by tapping into that Bible, man. And he's starting to go that route. He's starting to see the necessity in that. They want to keep Sarnetta away from that. You know what I'm saying? And if Sarnetta can really, really, even as an adversary, he needs to know that book. He really needs to know it. Yeah, but the Dagger Squad has always been trying to come up with scams and lies, and it's the Dagger Squad that's, like I said, Garfield was on there talking crazy on his show the other day, and I'll never forget this, and I need to make a clip of this before he takes it down. I need to make a clip of it before he takes it down. But Garfield was on his show bragging about how being right don't make you win a debate. Well, if being right don't make you win a debate, then I don't want to debate with none of you guys. And I noticed that, right don't make you win a debate. It's about who got the quick one-liners and who can convince and manipulate a person's mind the best. When you're talking about saints and sinners, right? And we talk biblically speaking, whether it's Old or New Testament, right? What you're doing is they want to play the appeal to authority game and appeal to the not authority and appeal to the masses game. That's what Garfield, Sarnetta, more so. Garfield appealed to the masses game. Garfield appealed to authority game. Sarnetta appealed to the masses game. They didn't want to appeal to the masses. They want to say, the shit that it's easy to tell a person like Black Jesus, minister. It's easy to sit up there and go on a campaign to look what I discovered. Christmas is no longer a sin. Because there's people who never wanted to give Christmas up to begin with, right? Look, I found a new way to find out that pork is not deadly, dangerous, and it's good. People wake up. All these people want to do is become stars off of your back. I don't want to be a star, right? I don't have stars in my eyes or none of that. That's why y'all don't see me over here banging these videos out, I thought I had stars in my eyes, at one point, but I don't. I don't have stars in my eyes anymore. I'm just glad to be living, glad to be here, and glad to spew out knowledge, good information to my people. And that's all I want to do. And those who hear it. Those who don't want to hear it, peace to you anyway. I don't want to fight with you over knowledge and information. You know what I'm saying? I like to talk with you and, see why you have a problem with me and what I preach and what I'm doing. I want to know that. And then I want to contrast that to what you preach and what you doing, and see who is the most destructive to our community. Which one of us need to stop? If that's where this conversation is. I don't think that nobody needs to stop. I think that God is broad. I think that when the scripture asks who knows the mind of God, I think that was a very, very valid question. I think that you don't know the mind of God, and I don't think no human down here know the mind of God, right? Of God? No, I don't think they know the mind of God. And being that they don't know the mind of God, they need to humble themselves more. I think that God can be with a Christian as well as he can be with a Muslim, right? I believe that God can be with a Jew. I believe that God can be with a black man, a white man, a Chinese man. Especially if you're living on top of this earth. God loves his creation. Birds, dogs, trees, the river is in harmony with God. And I think that all human beings have the capacity to be in harmony with God. Not just a Christian, not just a Jew, not just a Muslim, right? And that's what the whole problem is, with the Garfields, the Sonatas, with the young jocks, with the Yo Gottis, you know what I'm saying, with the Jay-Z's. Some people just don't give a damn about the interests of the black community. That when you down in Memphis, man, that's a black community, man. And y'all out there shooting up malls and shit, strip malls. People have to shop and live and ride and walk through these streets, man. Should nobody be the target of your beef but your enemy? What I mean by should nobody be the target of it, I mean, what y'all doing? Y'all doing like this white man has done to us. You don't publicly execute our people in broad daylight in front of the goddamn streets like that. You destroy the community. My uncle was Michael Riley, one of the most dangerous hitmen in the history of Detroit. And I mean, he got down like that. I mean, but guess what? The reason why he survived because he never got caught because ain't nobody seen him do shit. And if anybody saw him do something, they didn't tell. I'm just trying to tell you. Them niggas in and out. They go in, boom. They trying to find the best way to do it, get it done. These guys here today just trying to find the best way to get it done. They're not trying to. My Uncle Michael, you even got cats like Clifford Jones. You know what I'm saying? And Chester, what's my man name? All these big gangsters, man. These guys wasn't out here killing people in broad fucking daylight, man. Them people killed peoples when they know. That's what they call a hit. When you hit it, boom, hit it, get in and out, and you can go to live the rest of your goddamn life. These people are not doing that today. They're not doing that today. Hold on for a second, y'all. One second, y'all. 1 second. Yeah, so that's what it is. These guys. I mean, if it's not working to build, we're not even talking about a black community. Let's talk about just America. The shit these people rapping about in their music, that the stuff that Garfield is doing live. Garfield sit up there and he first concocted this lie about he had these degrees to appeal to authority against Yasha ben Israel. Lie. This guy didn't even graduate from high school good. What I mean by good, I'm talking about B level grades and a 3.0 or better. That's what I mean, graduating good. You graduate as an average citizen, C average, anything B minus and beneath. Man, you don't know where the hell you don't know whether you coming or going. You just going to school because this is what you supposed to do. People that are A and B students, they got a grasp on life. They got a grasp on, hey, I understand this. Hey, I know, hey, I got a talent. The people recognize their strengths. You recognize early that you're good in math. You recognize early that you're good in English. You recognize early that you're good in history. And it needs to be promoted. We in such a society where you could be, I remember being in school, man, and how the teacher would ask us questions and we raise our hands who knew the answer. And I damn near could have raised my hand every time. But I felt weird doing that. I felt weak doing that. I felt that somebody was going to say something about that, especially one of those tough guys who wasn't interested in learning. One of those C average and beneath guys. And those are the guys that are signing these record deals. Guys that been in and out of the penitentiary for the destruction of not only the black race, not only for the black community because they are members of the black race and the black community, but for the destruction of America. America finances her own destruction. And it's embarrassing, It put real intellectual people who decided that, look, I want to be a dentist, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer. It puts them in a very, very awkward position. Because everything that I went to school for, some young thug who dropped out in the 6th grade could actually have a greater chance because he wrote some lyric that spun the world. He said some a quick evil one-liner, and he made millions of dollars more money than you'll ever make ever going to college. Make me feel like I wasted a lot of time as a rapper going to school to learn how to build chords, going to school to learn how to be an engineer. You know what I'm saying? Going to college, majoring in music education and music industry, music business. Studying with professors and legends of jazz and gospel. It made all of that worthless when, even if they decided to work with me, is on a very stringent level. But they'll sign a guy who just got out of jail for murder or stealing or robbery. You know what I'm saying? They'll sign a guy like that, a guy who couldn't pass an English test, a guy who's promoting the most degradational aspects of black life. I blame Jay-Z for that. I want to blame guys like NWA, Dr. Dre. But ain't nobody did it as wicked and dirty and slick as Jay-Z. I'm just trying to tell y'all, if Jay-Z wasn't born, there'd be a lot of black men that would still be alive. You know, Jay-Z and them is still a part of the drug world, got friends in the drug world, friends in the business world. Jay-Z has much interest in the streets. Jay-Z ain't never signed no conscious rapper. You know, Jay-Z never signed no fun hip hopper. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z ain't never signed no skillful MC. All dope, drugs, gang shit. Jay-Z intentionally shelved some of the greatest legends and pioneers in the history of hip-hop music. Jay-Z shelved these men just to invest in the youth. He turned young criminals into legends. Young murderers and drug dealers and whores and thoughts. Not the people that could take our race to the next level. But Jay-Z signed a deal with the devil to promote music that is guaranteed to make our people miss the mark. And Jay-Z signed Yo Gotti. I'm telling y'all, every rapper in Detroit, St. Louis, Chicago, Florida, Miami are all gang related. Signing to record companies that owns the penitentiaries. That being that, Yasha Ben Israel signing out. I'm going home. Love y'all. Glad to be over here. I've been over here an hour and 13 minutes. I'm out of here. Peace and blessings. Hit that like, hit that share. Please hit that share. Hit that like, hit that share. You know, take your cuts and clips out. You know, if you saw me or heard me say anything that was great, you know, take a clip of it. Make a short of it, you know. Hold it to heart. Hold it to memory. Because this shit is real, y'all. Peace. Shalom alaikum.